piled up. Like, we just had a bunch of shit come in. And so we're starting the day, clean some stuff up, and then put some stuff to recycling. Because I leave tomorrow. I'm going to Seattle, so.
Different places, and this was actually the first place that I toured, and I really liked it, but you know, I was still kind of like keeping my options open and stuff. And it was actually really funny because every place that I toured had a really good pro that the other ones didn't have, and really like bad cons that the other ones made up for. Does that make sense? So everything kind of balanced out. So it really was like, oh, what are the things that I value the most, and what are the things that I can do without, you know? What am I the most excited about? Oh my God, finally being able to have a space where I can create something and like dedicate time to it. Because I feel like I never had that, or I never pushed myself to have that. And I feel like I'm finally being able to push myself and dedicating my time to something, which is really cool. So I bought a drafting table, which is where I'm gonna use, what I'm gonna do to draw things and stuff, like draw my canvases, draw like any sketches I want to, and this little cart that I'm gonna use for like all my art supplies and whatever. And I already had an easel, which is like those big things that you use to paint, and I bought that like when I was in Miami, so I just brought that here with me. And I brought like a bunch of canvases and stuff, and my paint and all my supplies are in here. So yeah, I don't know, just like little by little, just making sure everything works. I definitely want to paint, that's my #1 priority, but I was actually thinking about it, and I was thinking of bringing like a blanket here, like that I can like put to the side and like meditating sometimes. I just, cause it's an art studio, but it's also just like my own space, you know, where I can just have quiet time and stuff. Definitely want to like plan stuff here, so like take my laptop and like plan my week or whatever, and just organize things as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I feel like anything that I feel like I can't do at home, I'll probably come here and do it. So I recently saw a video on TikTok about how a lot of times, you know, like white kids that are very privileged, they can just pursue art and it'd be completely fine. But in the video they were talking about, we can talk about privilege and like talk about that perspective. But I think what's very worthy of noticing is that a lot of times when money isn't an issue for people, they will oftentimes choose art. That was a really interesting perspective to look at, because it kind of is true in the sense that a lot of times people will negate their artistic or creative talents because they have to put food on the table, or because money is a big factor in their lives, which obviously, you know, it's a terrible system that we live in. But I also feel like if you have a creative bone in your body, it doesn't even have to be creative. If you have any kind of inkling of talent or an inkling of passion about anything, whether that be creative, whether that be art, whether that be science, anything, and you want to pursue that, I urge you so badly to do everything in your power to be able to pursue the things that you want to pursue in your life. Because as long as 100 years may seem to you, or as long as 40, 50, 60 years, in the span of everything, in the lens of it all, it's such a short amount of time. And if we're given such a finite amount of time on this earth, what is the point of living in it if we can't pursue the things that make us happy, the things that make us smile, the things that give us life, the things that bring us energy, you know? So if you have a passion out there in the world, please do what you can to pursue it. It doesn't need to be now, it doesn't need to be in a year, it doesn't need to be in 5 years, but at some point in your life, if you ever find it necessary, please pursue your dreams, please pursue your passions, because I know that I regret a lot of the time that I lost in not pursuing my passion. I know that I regret a lot of the zigzagging that I did to stay away from something just because it scared me, just because I thought I wasn't gonna be good enough to make it. I wasn't gonna compare to the people around me or the talented people that I knew. That doesn't matter. What matters is if it brings you joy and if it brings you energy. That's what matters, you know? Pursuing your dreams is hard. It's difficult and it does not come easy. So if you're ever in that realm and you think to yourself, all right, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna pursue my dream, and you know, you take each step and along the way it gets harder and harder, that's perfectly normal, that's perfectly fine. There's gonna be times where it's gonna feel like the biggest weight of the world is on you. It's gonna feel like you can't bear it anymore, but I urge you to push through, to keep going, because you will see how rewarding it is to be able to push through the hard and eventually make it to the promised land. I did it. I finally did it, you know? No one said it's gonna be easy. No one said that it's gonna be a walk in the park, but do it anyway. If you find yourself in a rut, or if you find yourself being stuck in your life, take a deep look within and ask yourself, is what I'm doing something that makes me happy? Is it something that brings me joy? Is it something that brings me energy? Because chances are, if it isn't, that's such a big thing to work on, you know? Thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. It's the very beginning because this is my first step into this world, into diving in. So you're witnessing it right now, like me actually taking the time to create my own space where I can make things for myself, where I can pursue my painting and stuff. This is the very first step. So thank you guys for coming along with this journey. I'm very excited to show you what is possible and what you're capable of doing if you really pursue your passions. I hope to be that for you guys, and I hope to inspire something, a light within you where you can chase the things that make you happy. One more thing, do not let fear consume you. I know I did that. I know I let that happen to me, and I do deeply regret that. But you know, fear has its goods and bads, you know, all the same. But if fear is consuming you, reevaluate. I said this before, I've said this in other videos, but do things because you fear them. Not in spite of your fear, but because you fear them. Make the harder choice. Take the scarier leap in life, because you'll find that that's going to be the most rewarding thing for you in anything, whether that's career, love, friendship, anything that you want to do. Make the scarier decision, and I think you'll see that you're gonna reap a lot of the rewards and benefits of that. So yeah, again, thank you so much, and I love you guys, and thank you for supporting me and for joining me on this journey. And I can't wait to see if you guys do anything, and I can't wait to show you what I have in store and what I have inside me to show you all. So